What is going on, guys? LitlMikey here, and today I'm bringing you an awesome video that I think will help you a lot about Unturned 3.0. And basically, we will be making a server today for Unturned 3.0. This is working. I know it is working because I just did it. And so yeah, we're gonna hop right into this. It's pretty simple. Well, it can get complicated. But for this tutorial, I'm going to split it into dos parts. If you didn't know, that means two in Spanish. So I'm going to split this into two parts. One part is going to just making the server. So if somebody's like on your Wi-Fi network, they could connect to your server, or a LAN for local area network. And then in the next video I will be posting after this, I will be showing you how to port forward and such like that. So in this video, we'll be just showing you how to make the basic server. Okay, so starting off, you're going to want to open up Steam and click to your Unturned, right click, and go to Properties. Up here in the tabs, you want to go to Local Files, Browse Local Files, and you should get a little box that looks like this with a bunch of files in it. First, you're going to want to go to Unturned exe, right click, and click Create Shortcut. Basically, if you were to run this right now, it would just run Unturned, obviously. So what we're going to do is we're going to rename this to Server, just so we can identify the two, and it's just a lot easier that way. So after you do that, what you're going to want to do is right click on this, go to Properties, and you should get a little dialog window that looks something like this. You want to make sure that there are quotations on the outside of this target for the file path. If there are not, just put quotation marks there. Some have it, some don't. I have it, for instance. So after that, you're going to want to put a space and put a hyphen. If you didn't know, that's like to the left of the plus and equal sign, and to the right of the 0. After that, you're going to want to put in no graphics. Then you're going to want to put a space, another hyphen. You're going to want to type in batch mode. Put a space, but this time you will be putting a plus. So hold down shift and click plus. And now there's 3 different types of servers. This is where you put in the type of server that you want. You can always change this if you want. So there's a secure server, which means Valve anti-cheat is enabled, and it will be put out onto the world for anyone to join as long as you port forward, and that can be complicated. So after you, and then like the next one is like a unsecure server, which basically means Valve anti-cheat is not installed, but it's still like around the world, so like it's not looking for hackers and cheaters inside your server. And then you just have a LAN server, which is just on your local area network, or your LAN, and that's what a LAN server is. So for this instant, I'm going to be doing a secure server, because I want to be able to play with my friends. So I'm going to type in secure. I can't type in talk. Secure server. No spaces. And then after you do that, you want to click the slash that's like underneath the question mark right there. It's on the same key. Not forward slash is what it's called. And then you want to just pick a name for the folder. So inside your, if you look inside of your servers folder right here, it's gonna put a folder there, and this is gonna be the name of your folder. So it just makes it a lot easier so you can identify it. For this instance, I'm going to be putting LitlMikey. If I can spell LitlMikey server. There we go. I cannot type in doc, if you haven't noticed. So after you do that, you just want to look it over, make sure you have the pluses and the hyphens in the right spots. And after you do that, you're pretty good. You want to click apply, okay. And then here, this is technically, you got to run it. So you want to double click, and it should bring up a dialog window, something like this. And that's good. And make sure, if this doesn't pop up, go through and make sure you did exactly what I do. Then you're gonna want to type shutdown. And the reason we just ran that and turned it off is so now we have the folder in here. So basically, after we clicked apply, there would be no folder there, but now that we've run it, it has created a folder. So inside this folder, you have level, server, and workshop. We're going to be going into server. And here you have your admin list, blacklist, commands, and whitelist. You probably know what those are. Whitelist is like only let a certain amount of people go, or certain people go in. Admin list has a list of admins. Blacklist can't go on. But today we are focusing on the commands.dat. These are just the basics to make, like, letting your server run. So you want to open this up. Oops, sorry, I opened up on my other monitor. You want to open this up in Notepad or Notepad++ if you have it. And so to start off, you're going to want to put a name for your server. So you type name, and you click space, and I'm going to just, for this instance of this video, I'm going to do LitlMikey, LITM, LitlMikey server. And then you just click enter to go to the next slide. So now, the name of your server, if you like do port forwarding and stuff on in the world, will be called LitlMikey server. You can change that anytime. You can change any of these things anytime. So next, it's going to be map. You don't have to put these in any certain order. You can do them however you want. But map. So next, in Unturned 2.0, the only map there was PEI, but now in Unturned 3.0, you have the workshop and everything. So there's many maps. If you want to use custom map, just put in the name of the custom map. But for this instance, you could do Yukon or PEI. I'm just going to do PEI. Next, you have your port. Now, Unturned seems to only want to work on the ports, or it only does work on the ports 25444, 27015, and 27018, something like that. Not exactly sure. But basically, what you want to do for the port, I recommend using 27015, so put in 27015, and yeah, and then when you do port forwarding, I'll show you in the next video how you need to do that, because Unturned takes up 4 ports technically. So when you put in your starting port on your port forwarding, it's going to be 27015, and your ending, it's also going to take up 27016, 27017, and 27018. So your ending port will be 27018. But that's a little bit more confusing, and we'll get to that in the next video. If you want, you can put a password on this. So type in password. And for the instance, I'll just put like 1, 2, 3 or whatever. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. And those are the basics for your server. If you don't want a password at all, by default, if you don't put password in, it won't put a password in. But if you want a password, then you just type in password and put in wherever you want. I can put in my name. I can put in I can do whatever I want. But yeah, just so I can remember 1, 2, 3. Easy. Control S. And close it out. So now, basically, your server is running with quotations marks because it's only on a LAN right now. So let's say you want to get into your server. Whoever wants to connect to your server has to be connected to your network. So your friend technically has to be connected to your network. So we're gonna go over to play right here. Okay, so you have to go to connect, and for the IP, you can either put in your local IP or localhost. I'm gonna type in localhost. Oops, sorry. Localhost with no caps and no spaces. Put in the port 27015. Password 123, and then you're just gonna want to click. Okay, stupid me, forgot to start running the server. So I'm gonna go head on over and run the server. So gonna head on over to our server. Double tap. Make sure everything says successfully. Whatever you put in there, but after you do that, you can close out your stuff, and then you can click connect, and it'll load up the server. If you notice, it says LitlMikey server VAC secure because I set to a secure server, and boom, we are now in the server. Now this is only on LAN, remember, but in the next video I'll show you how to port forward to make sure it goes out onto the world. But basically, yeah, that's all you have to do to make a LAN server. It's very simple, but make sure you follow the steps, otherwise it can be messed up. And make sure you check out the next video that will have all of the steps to port forwarding your server, so it will be out in the world if you want, and your friends could connect to it using your external IP address. Anyway, guys, make sure you subscribe and check out these 2 videos on the screen you haven't seen before. Talk to you in the next one. Peace out.